It will be the country's swan song on the Security Council, after almost 2 years, ending with a flourish as president of the council for the month of December.
One of the lessons is, no, you are only there for 2 years. You'll be out of 2 years. So you cannot change the world in 2 years.
He says they continue to work to make impactful decisions that can move the different files forward, but that conflicts from Afghanistan to Yemen, South Sudan, Mali, the DRC and elsewhere are complex with varying interests that often make consensus very hard to reach. This as the council is being criticized for dragging its feet in responding to the crisis in Ethiopia.
We knew at the council this is a serious thing. When the president dispatched such high-level and unique composition of envoys, it means Africa have understood the gravity of the situation. So normally, as we do as diplomats, we give over to our leaders. It is in their hands. They've went there. They've conveyed the concerns of Africa, the concerns on the world on what is happening there. We are conscious that the problem affect the neighborhood. And that's why we were slightly encouraged when you saw the IGAD member state, President Museveni of Uganda, Prime Minister Hamdok, and other leaders in that region talking with their brothers and sisters in Ethiopia to say, handle it differently. So the council is waiting now.
He pointed to progress in Libya that has seen a cessation of hostilities and the continuation of a political dialogue that has agreed an electoral roadmap by December 24th, 2021. But on the Palestinian question, Machila acknowledges that efforts have simply not produced the desired results.
Palestine has been squeezed and squeezed. If you look at the geography of Palestine, and go back to 1967, they've lost so much territory. So we tried our level best, but of course, our friends in Israel also have very strong supporters who believe and see things differently towards peace. And it is in these kind of circumstances that where we think as developing countries, non-aligned movement and similar thinking countries that we need to push and push and push. But unfortunately, as we will exiting at the end of the year, I must admit, currently now, Palestine is worse off than it was a while ago.
Machila argued that despite the likely failure to silence the guns in Africa by 2020, that the continent was moving in the right direction.
What it brings us to is that at least in 2020, we have relative peace in Sudan, South Sudan, CAR, in Guinea-Bissau. We have relative peace in the DRC, albeit the Eastern Three States. We have peace in Burundi. So what it says to us is that although we don't have literally guns being silent on the continent. So at least the continent is moving more and more towards one person, one vote, or election, as against pulling the trigger.
President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to chair a council debate on Friday on cooperation between the UN and regional and sub-regional organizations, including the African Union. Sherwin, Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.